Tech giant Microsoft says generative AI could add $187 billion annually to the Canadian economy by the end of this decade. It's a report done in partnership with Accenture. Microsoft says greater AI adoption would have a big impact on Canadian productivity. And of course, we've heard a lot of lamentations about slow productivity growth in this country. Basically no growth or close to zero growth since 2015. We are joined by Chris Barry, president of Microsoft Canada. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm sorry, I forgot to check one thing. So $187 billion, almost $200 billion. Is that US or Canadian?
That's Canadian, and that's per year by the year 2030. And Andrew, great to be with you. Yeah, the study, as you said, was commissioned with Accenture, and it's called Canada's Generative AI Opportunity. And it took a pretty interesting approach to decompose 19,000 different work tasks. So you think about it across a range of industries, job types, job functions. And essentially what the study finds is about 38% of those can, with AI, be either augmented in some way or automated fully. And assuming a 40% adoption rate of the AI against those things, we do see by the end of the decade that $187 billion economic impact to the economy of Canada, which, as you know, is super accretive to labor productivity. It's about an 8% bump in terms of labor productivity by the end of the decade.
So call it 200 billion Canadian, just to round it off. And our economy is now roughly 3 trillion Canadian a year. So it would be a pretty decent bump. Okay. Can you give us one or two examples of how AI, though, will increase the productivity of a company or a person? Can you give us a kind of concrete example?
Absolutely. So, you think about just an individual person and take an information or knowledge worker and them working with a variety of different tools throughout the day. They're in meetings, they're trying to synthesize notes, they're attending, calls. The ability for AI to, summarize that information, to aggregate it together, to write initial drafts of emails, not to automate the email. The human still has to send the email and accept what the AI is generating, but that first draft concept, the ability to bring together things, that's one. And then the other big opportunity is around process automation. And so this could be in areas like call centers where you've got, staffing, you've got lots of inbound calls, the ability to first-time call resolution rates, the ability for people to self-serve digitally. All of those things have massive productivity unlocks as we look forward into the future.
But there's going to be concerns, isn't there, about the AI making up answers or discriminating against certain groups in society, depending on how it's built. So it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be rough, but there's going to be hiccups along the way.
There certainly will be learning along the way, but I mean, we are committed, I'd say, first and foremost, to ensuring that, we build and produce products that help build public trust in AI. And that's a combination of the work, say, we and others in the industry do, but also the need for clear policy frameworks to support that. We at Microsoft believe very strongly that AI should be regulated and that AI models should be transparent. We should be able to see what they are and how they operate. And of course, they'll get more and more refined, and these so-called hallucination rates will drop as the models get better and better. But the opportunity is huge as we look forward in terms of that benefit to productivity.
What percentage of jobs do you think will be eliminated by AI, roughly?
I honestly can't hazard a guess to that. I think for the most part, what we'll see is that augmentation play out. So people will be more effective. Parts of jobs that are more menial or more task-oriented or more basic in a sense, those can become augmented or automated so that workers can focus on higher order work that is, has more benefit to their organizations and frankly to their own satisfaction as employees. Now, is it fair to say that some elements of work will change or maybe go away? Sure. When I began my career, and I'm getting to be of a certain age, I came back from the lunch hour and there was a stack of pink slips on my desk that said, "While you were out," and they were phone messages. And then
yeah.
We had voicemail, but we still have plenty of administrative professionals in the office, and they do great and important tasks. And so we'll see those sort of incremental moves along the way as we go through this.
So what has Microsoft's experience been working with the Canadian regulators and the US regulators? I mean, the US has far more resources. I assume they can be more sophisticated in their approach.
It's interesting. I mean, in the case of Canada, it's such the headwaters of so much incredible AI innovation. When you think about the work that's happened in so many different cities and academic and research institutions across the country. So, let's not undersell the strength of Canada when it comes to AI. It is true that the government of Canada is at an important point in time in terms of, framing up the regulatory environment. And of course, that's the pending ADA legislation, and we and others are making our voices heard in that. As I said earlier, we absolutely support, the regulation of AI, but we want it to be done in a way that helps, keep people safe and organizations safe while promoting the good and valuable uses of it. The U.S. is on their own journey, and I mean, yes, it's a larger economy, but Canada's making some great progress.
Chris, we're tight for time. Can you just give us a quick idea? How many people does Microsoft employ in Canada? Even a ballpark, and it may be hard because I'm sure there's cross-border and all that. And what percent would be in research or development? Can you give us any kind of a rough idea?
Yeah, I mean, we have approximately 5,500 employees that are based in Canada, and roughly 80% or so are involved in research and development.